So I finally got my Arduino board working to interface to an SD card. Originally had bought a microSD shield from SparkFun, but that does not do the necessary voltage shift to convert a 5-volt Arduino digital pin signal to 3.3 volt used by a microSD card. So I've got here is a microSD adapter, and I soldered some pins to the back of it so I could plug it into a breadboard. And basically, it goes in like so. It helps if you get it into the right pins. So that goes in, and then take the microSD card and just plug it in on the top here, like so. I've got the 3.3 volt line running from Arduino down to the back of the breadboard. It's running through a potentiometer. It's also coming down here, connecting and giving power to the SD card. I've got some resistors from Radio Shack, incredibly overpriced. They're a penny online on the internet. Here you get 5 for $1. So I'm using 220 ohm and 2.2 thousand ohm resistors. I connected them in a series, and I put the 4.7K resistor down here, connecting to ground. In between them, I've got the green wires coming in to the digital pin on Arduino. That does the voltage shift from 5 volt down to 3.3 volt used by the SD card. This does not do the voltage shift. This does not work. Finally, I've got the potentiometer wiper connected into analog pin 0, and of course to the ground. I've got the SD FAT analog logger example loaded up. I changed the sensor count to 1 instead of the 3 I think it had. So now let's plug in the board and see how it goes. So we got power there, and I think it's ready. Let me open up the serial monitor, and I'm going to move that over here. So you can see it says type any character to start. So that's what I'm going to do. Come down here, type OK, enter, and there it goes. So it's logging the value coming in from the potentiometer. If I crank it down, all the way down to 0, you'll see that the logger is now logging 0. If I crank it all the way up, you can see the logger logging in about 688. Now on Arduino, the digital pin, the analog pin, maps the 0 to 1023 value. Across 0 corresponds to 0 volts, 1023 corresponds to 5 volts. Since I've got it connected to a 3.3 line, it's not going to go up to 1023, even when it's cranked up all the way. So you can see that as I crank it down, you can see the values change. Every few seconds when it's doing the sampling. And then finally it's down to 0. So that's the setup. That's how I got it to work.